It was weird.
Like a middle schooler's posters of One Direction. Like, why would you do that?
I feel like this was a thing that people did. I don't know why.
Can I be honest? I don't believe you. I don't think that anyone... Because, like, people preserve wedding dresses, but never, like, just hang them on the wall.
Yeah, I've never seen it like that before.
Fair enough.
I mean, to each their own, but, like, what the fuck?
Hang on, I'm gonna open my drink, and it's gonna make a satisfying sound.
Oh my gosh, that was so lovely. Editing, KJ, keep that in. Oh, now you guys can hear my beverage.
Yeah. Everyone take a drink.
Take a drink every time someone says something gay.
Unless you're drinking something adult, unless you have an adult beverage, because we're about to get into some real Biden discourse. For real.
Can you imagine someone did a gay drinking game after season 4?
Oh god.
That's one way to get wasted. Okay.
Let's like stop making jokes about it and actually talk about it. He's really just, like, asking the questions out loud that, like, we've all been asking. He's like, Sam, like, why do these people assume that we're gay? And Sam's like, you're kind of butch, and people probably think you're overcompensating it for something. And I'm like, I mean, where's the line?
Literally, though, like, part of me, like, because early seasons Dean does not look like, am I crazy? Like, is early seasons Dean not, like, a little bit of a twink? Like, a little bit?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, like,
it's the cheekbones.
I say it with so much love. Early seasons Dean, my sweet beloved child, I love him. But I just think that there's, like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I feel like, because I was just like, he does not look like he's just a man in jeans and a boots. Like, he's not overcompensating for anything. He just looks the way that he does.
Yeah, and it's like the attitude. Like, and I've talked so many times about Dean performing his, like, gender and performing his sexuality.
Yeah.
Like, as a quote-unquote straight man.
Yeah.
Like, it's all a performance. So he is overcompensating. Like, that is 100% what is happening.
Yeah.
And then my next note says, it's also worth noting that Dean is wearing a single long-sleeve shirt in this scene. Honestly, I mean, you're not here yet, but it reminds me of the shirt that Dean wears in the start of the divorce arc in season 15. Like, that is the shirt. I feel like it could be the same shirt, honestly.
It probably is.
And then my next note says, this might be the best Sam has looked so far.
Honestly, okay. Listen, I'm not trying to simp on Sam Winchester, but, like, at this point in the show, he's about my age, so, like, this is me looking at
absolutely.
a man who's, like, my age and being like, because, honestly, and we're gonna get there, but since we're talking about Sam Winchester being the man of my dreams for a second, since we're on the topic, coincidentally, later in this later in the episode, he wears this, like, dark brown jacket, and I love that jacket on him. He wears it so much in the earlier seasons, and I watched it, like, this episode, and, like, because he doesn't really wear it that much in the old seasons, like, older seasons, like, I don't, like, at all that I've seen. So watching him put that jacket on, I was like, oh, it's like I'm meeting my old friend.
You're into the colors season, when they start letting Sam wear colors in seasons 13 and 14.
I know!
Yeah.
I want him to put that jacket on. Like, I missed that jacket. I didn't even realize I missed the jacket, and then he put it on, and I was like, oh, there's my baby girl. And, like,
isn't it? Is it the same jacket from the finale? Doesn't he wear a brown jacket in the finale?
I can't remember. I try not to watch.
But this one's just so cute and baggy on him. I'm not going to watch the finale, so it doesn't matter. It's just so cute and baggy on him. I already made the decision. I'm pulling a Kim Rhodes. I don't care.
No, I mean, that's valid.
I love that jacket on him. I will talk about it for 20 minutes. If anyone out there, pretend I'm, like, making eye contact with everyone who's listening right now. Listen to me. Eye contact. If any of you are editors and you, like, know how to make edits, if you could make an edit of Sam Winchester in that jacket for me and then tag me, my TikTok user is InPainla67, I really very much would appreciate it. And this is just me being a whore. This isn't me like so good. He looks so good in this episode.
No, he really does. He's got a little bit of a center part going. His hair is, like, finally long enough that it's not just, like, falling down like bangs on his forehead. Yeah. He's not sweaty. I find sometimes they make Sam look sweaty.
Now.
And, like, sometimes, like, Sam's just sweaty and then his hair is, like, touching his forehead, so then his hair's, like, kind of like, no, he's got, like, a center part. He's got, like, some, like, denim on denim in a way that I don't hate. He looks good.
In a way that I don't hate.
Denim on denim is called Canadian tuxedo for a reason. We take it very seriously. In the next scene, Sam and Dean are walking side by side down a hallway, and their steps are like perfectly in sync. Like, I just noticed that, like, the way that they were walking, it was like footstep for footstep in sync.
Like Alexa play Strut by the Cheetah Girls, like, for sure.
Sam notices another like hoodoo 5 spot on their way to knock on Susan's door, and then Dean just goes full brother on Sam and claims that Sam loves dolls to Susan.
It was so good. I think this is also Dean once again overcompensating for the fact that this woman thought that he was gay, and now he's like, well, my brother likes dolls. How do you think that works out?
Yeah,
like
100%.
If one of us is gay, it's not me.
Which is actually the gayest thing he did the whole episode, I think.
Honestly, I think so too.
Because he came up with that. He came up with, my brother just has this amazing collection of dolls back home.
My real life bestie, Faith, who was here for our pilot when we covered the pilot, has a collection of dolls, not unlike this one. Like, she has like a floor to ceiling case with them, and they're like all old dolls like this, and I think they're really pretty and really creepy all at once. I've had a couple of these dolls. I probably had like 3 over the course of my childhood, but like, I don't know, a lot of them together is just very creepy.
This could be, and it could be very pretty, but the problem is that they're moving, so all the dolls are like scattered all over the floor.
Yeah.
And it's like an issue with me. Like, I take personal offense to it.
And like, some of them do look more scary than others.
Yeah.
Like, I love this episode, but I hate the dolls. And like, especially since there's so many haunted dolls in history, I'm just like, please don't like come out of my screen like the ring and like attack me.
I will be honest, nothing scares me more than haunted dolls, just because like the most famous haunted doll of all, Annabelle, is a Raggedy Ann doll, and I have a Raggedy Ann doll, and so I cannot watch Annabelle, any Annabelle related thing.
No Raggedy Ann dolls, please.
It's a Raggedy Ann doll that my grandma made my mom when my mom was 10.
Oh my god.
That I inherited. She's old and she's delicate.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to take a picture of her before this episode comes out.
Post it with the promo.
I will have to, honestly. Sam takes the inn to get into the room. He's like, okay, fine. But he's more interested in the dollhouse, which is an exact replica of the hotel. I wrote motel in my notes because I'm so used to writing motel. Tyler tells them that the dolls were all Grandma Rose's, but Susan gets super cagey when they ask to talk to Grandma Rose.
Literally so sus for no reason.
Yeah, for what? Just
literally, all she had to say was, oh, my mother's actually ill and she's not taking visitors. Why did she act like they asked where they buried the money? Like, why was she like that?
Like, the whole pretense of why they're here is that they're into buying old things, and they like dolls in particular. They want to talk to the person that owns all these old dolls. Like, that makes perfect sense.
I know that they're lying and full of shit, but like, they did a great job selling it, kind of. So like, she should have bought their story.
Yeah. Susan then, like, they leave, and Susan goes downstairs, and she learns that the new owners of the hotel want to tear it down, which should be a full-on crime. This is a beautiful old house. Like, who is tearing this down, and for what? Like,
I'm sure they could get like not that I'm thinking about Connecticut laws and shit, but like, they could get like a historical society plaque on it, and then they would be able to tie it down.
I'm sure like someone who like wants to keep it as it is would buy it. Like, why is your only choice but to sell to this company?
Yeah, get your shit together, lady.
We then have a series of bouncing back and forth scenes between the developer guy who's like sitting and waiting, and Tyler, who's playing with her dolls by the dollhouse. And then she like turns around and she sees a doll hanging, and then cut to the developer guy hanging. Cut to Sam watching them bring the body out. The coroner made multiple trips this episode. They were keeping that guy busy. And
it's the same van, too, every time. So it's like the same guy was probably like, this house again. Like an overworked Amazon van driver. Just like, oh, this house again?
When you order a bunch of things at once on Amazon, but they all come on separate days.
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And like, yeah, that's what it was.
Dean is outside. He asks Susan what's going on. And she's like, that guy died. And like, I'll refund you if you want to check out. I get it. And he's like, no, like, we're good. And then I had to pause when we get into the next scene because I was so confused. I know it's only season 2, but I feel like we've gotten plenty of time to understand that the world that the Winchesters live in is one of fear and threat and danger. So someone explains to me why not only is their like their room door open, but the key is dangling in the lock. This is an insane choice for either Winchester to make.
That's on drunk Sam being a dumb bitch. That's what that is.
It's gotta be.
My dumb sweet baby girl is being a dumb bitch.
Dean comes in and takes the key as he like comes in and closes the door. And I'm like,
And
why
like,
is the key just there? Like there was a lingering shot on it before Dean arrived.
Yeah, it's because drunk Sam, my precious baby girl, has no brain cells.
Sam did it. Sam left the key and left the door open. Why didn't Dean like reprimand him and be like, what the hell were you thinking?
I mean, he's busy reprimanding Sam for a bunch of other things quickly.
Dean has his work cut out for him this episode.
Also, like, later when Dean goes down to the bar, Sherwin is down there, like, working at the bar, the butler dude. And, like, did he overserve Sam? Like, Sam is so drunk.
I feel like, but I would say that Sam probably went out and, like, bought a bottle of whiskey.
Maybe.
But, when? When? Between the coroner blocking the driveway and, like, all of that, when could he have taken the Impala without Dean's knowledge and gone out and bought an entire bottle of whiskey to not share with him?
Yeah, and he also didn't seem that drunk when we saw him looking out the window, and then, like, Dean was downstairs, and then Dean, like, came upstairs, and, like, all of a sudden Sam's hammered. Like, when did Sam get drunk? How much did he drink and how quickly?
At first, it's, like, confusing, though, because, like, and I remembered this scene, like, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, yeah, he does the "you're bossy" thing, but, like, it's really ominous for the first, like, 3 seconds, because Sam is just sitting there in the dark. And you're like, you okay there, buddy? Like,
yeah, he doesn't talk like himself. He's like, I saw. I was like,
I saw.
What? And then, like, yeah, he calls
what
Dean
is Morgan Freeman doing in the room? Like, what is going on?
Short, and then that's when Dean's like, you've been drinking. Sam is so hammered, and he's like way down the guilt trip road about Ava. This is the angsty Sam Winchester way that Dean was expecting.
One thing, though, about, like, Jared's acting here, and people don't like to talk about Jared's acting. Listen, I'm gonna talk about it because sometimes he kind of hits with his acting just a little bit, and he's very good at that, like, slight misting of tears. He's very good at it. And like this single tear, he's good at crying on camera.
I think he was very good in this scene. Like this whole scene.
I thought so too.
I think he did. I think he played drunk Sam really well. I think he got to like emotional drunk Sam really well. I think this scene is both funny and like serious all at the same time. Because first, Dean scolds Sam for getting drunk on a case. That cannot be uncommon. And Emmy hasn't watched season 15, but like we know for a fact that is canonically something Dean's done.
But also, you fucking hypocrite. Fuck you, Dean. I love Dean so much, but also, what a hypocrite.
In
Fuck
season
that bitch.
15, we hear a story where Dean is drinking with a friend on a job, and John catches them and is pissed. I mean, when is John not?
And then later I don't know if this happens yet. I think this is later in the show. They're catching some Japanese ghost spirit, I think.
Yeah.
And they have to get drunk in order to see it. And I'm like...
Yeah, that's like season like 8, because it's with Garth.
Oh my god, that's season 8?
Yes.
They all blend together in my head after a while. Sorry, I know we're not supposed to do spoilers.
No, it's all good. No, but yeah, I was like, that's a little hypocritical. We know, like, even if we don't know that for a fact at this point that that's happened, like, we know that that's happened. Second, Sam is feeling like he needs to save everyone to prove to himself and the world that he's good, because he is starting to worry. Things have happened.
That's such a great summary of Supernatural in general. Just things have happened.
We met Andy, we had Krobatoe, and we had, like, Gordon tried to hunt him down last week because of his, like, psychic powers. Ava's now suddenly missing. Yeah, Sam starting
Winchester needs a nap.
Worried that, like, he is evil. Third, Jean calls Sam Sasquatch and then pulls him up to, like, put him to bed, which is so cute. I need Jean to do that more, if I'm honest. I need more Sasquatch.
It would have been a great opportunity for Sam Squatch.
I think so too. I've seen that in fics so much.
I know. I was going to say, does that ever actually happen in the show, or is that something
maybe that happens? I want to say there might be like a time that Gabriel says it, but I don't know.
It sounds like a Gabriel or like a Crowley thing to say.
Very much so, yes.
Fourth, Sam's like, Dean, you need to watch out for me. And Dean's very dismissive, like, yes, Sam, I've been watching out for you for 23 years. Let's go to sleep now. And Sam's like, no, you need to watch out for me. Like, I might hurt you. And Sam wants Dean to promise that if he ever turns into something that isn't Sam, Dean will kill him. Because, again, Sam values his autonomy more than his life, which is one of my favorite Sam, like, traits. Dean is like, our dad was an ass for laying that crap on them. And fuck yeah, Dean.
Oh my gosh. I know know, I must be known on this podcast as like one of the CEO John Winchester haters, because literally his death episode when I was on here, that was such a good time hating on John Winchester. But we get this very good moment that I really think just lets us circle back a little bit to that hatred, because it's my favorite. I love hating John Winchester, not in like a good I like the character and I like hating him way. I just hate John Winchester, but hating him is a passion of mine. It's my passion project, if you will. And I really think
because, yeah, like, there are people that, like, are villains and you love to see them as villains. John Winchester is a villain, and I like to see other people acknowledging that he is the villain.
Yeah. Like, I like to think about, like, villains on Supernatural as, like, Crowley